Hello everyone, you're watching Game Informer's Test Chamber. Today we're taking a look at Pokemon Y, or Pokémon, I don't know how people pronounce it, but we're not playing X because X is for losers, right Kyle?
That's right, yeah, you gotta stick with Y. That's the correct one to play.
That's Kyle Hilliard, and you know, I was really excited when I first saw this game announced, and there was that trailer that hit that had like all sorts of different camera angles, beautifully animated Pokemon. And I went over to Ben Hansen, who's our big Pokemon player here in the office, and he was like, "It's a disaster! Oh my god! I don't like seeing these camera angles, and I don't like seeing the Pokemon being nicely animated."
Our camera guy didn't like alternate camera angles.
Dude, you got to stop hyperventilating, one, and two. It's about time that the series evolved and did something different. And Kyle, you've spent the last few weeks playing it.
Yeah.
Are they successful in that?
It's kind of it's almost a tough call because in a lot of ways it does continue to feel like Pokemon. Like it's not hugely
well, that's good because
different.
It's called Pokemon.
Yes, that's correct. But the new angle does change a lot, and it makes it a better game, I think.
Are you wearing those dumb sneaker skates?
Yeah, they clip on over your skates. You can put them on and off as you like. Like the circle pad just automatically puts on your skates, and then you can roll around like a cool guy.
All right, but sorry, continue.
Yeah, and you can move diagonally, which is kind of mind-blowing. I mean, I don't want to scare anybody, but...
you can, but NPCs don't. They're still on their rigid
Yeah, they're
paths.
still pretty rigid, but who cares about them? You know, this game's about you, the Pokemon trainer.
That's very selfish, Kyle.
So let's go somewhere fun.
What do we want to do?
I want to go catch a Klefki, which is my new favorite Pokemon. I've actually been spending a lot of time just catching Klefkis so that I can just give them to the rest of the editors who are playing Pokemon when the game comes out.
Okay.
He's a new Pokemon, and he's amazing.
Gave me one.
I don't know if I have yet. I definitely have one for you.
You gave me a flat fish.
I gave you a flat fish. It was like sunk fish or something like that.
Yeah, and then you beat me senseless in multiplayer.
Yeah, wow, you know, that's how I roll.
All right, so where are we going? You're just going from city to city?
Yeah, I just flew to this area, which is I figured we'd go around and just try to catch a Klefki while I show you some of the new features. So, I mean, obviously you can see that the game is in 3D now.
And it's still, anytime you go in grass, there's evil things in there that want to attack you.
Yep, that's correct. You still get attacked by wild Pokemon. And let's see. Oh, I don't think I have one of these guys yet.
I don't think that thing could be in grass. It'd start a fire, a blaze.
It's like clearly fall. The grass and leaves are all dry. Oh, he didn't want to fight me. That's actually the first time I've ever experienced that.
Seriously, he just ran off?
I guess. I do have my legendary Pokemon up front, so maybe it freaked him out.
And you've already taken out these trainers. If you were going through here the first time, they would stop you and say something funny and then attack you.
Yep. Or just say something, just some kind of non sequitur, just like has nothing to do with anything. And they'd be like, hey, it sure is nice outside. Let's battle our, pets.
Whoa, that's a lot of mushrooms, dude.
Yeah, that's one of the new things for the game is that you can get attacked by groups of Pokemon. So I'm gonna pull out. So this is one of the starters, fully evolved. This is Froakie.
3 evolutions for the starters?
Yes, yeah.
They don't have their super mega ultra combo thing, right?
No, if they do, like, because you have to find a certain item in order to activate the mega evolution for Pokemon. So if there is one for Froakie, who is now Greninja, I haven't gotten it. Okay,
so give me an example of, this will be a little spoiler. You have the mega evolution of Bulbasaur, right?
Yes.
How did you get that? What item?
So, like, it was just something I found. Like, you find specific stones, and in their description, it'll say, like, if you give this to a Pokemon to hold, they will mega evolve. And I happened to find that item for my Bulbasaur, and once he was fully evolved into Venusaur, you're able to activate mega evolutions in the middle of battle.
Is your creature wearing his tongue as a scarf?
I think he just has a cool scarf.
Are you sure about that?
Well, now I don't know. It never occurred to me that it might be his tongue.
Can you change the camera view, or is it all scripted?
It's there we go. Look at the front of his face.
You know, Reiner, that's his tongue.
That might be his tongue. That had never occurred to me, and that's really strange and kind of unsettling now.
Yeah. Throw him away.
Let's get something new. Maybe we can do the, do we want to see Mega Evolution?
Yeah, bring out Bulbasaur.
It's not a new one. It is one that Nintendo has shown before.
Who cares? He's an OG.
That's right.
How many
No P.
megas did you stumble upon in your critical path
I've got
playthrough?
one. I have the one for Gengar the Ghost, but I haven't been able to fully evolve him yet. I think I need to trade him to evolve him, and you're the only person that I could trade with, because so far in the office you're the only person that has started playing. And then I also got Lucario. You get Lucario as part of the story. Like, you get his Mega Evolution. That's how they train you how to use Mega Evolution, is you get Lucario.
So this battle's really long.
Yeah, this is kind of an unfortunate battle to play.
But, I mean, how often do you run into these things? Ooh, Mega Evolution. What are you doing?
Oh, this will let me attack them all at once, so this is good.
Okay. Great.
These group attacks probably happen once out of every, like, 15 or 20 random Pokemon battles. So he's got extra palm trees now, and he's more powerful. Oh, my attack failed.
On top of the palm tree?
Yeah, it looks like it. Or maybe it's just fancy leaves, I guess.
Kyle.
There we go.
So can you catch any of those? Is it the same thing? You get them down to red? Could you catch all those right there if you wanted?
No, you have to. What you have to do is, like, with those battles, you have to kill all but, or knock out, rather. I guess you don't really kill Pokemon, but you have to knock out all but one, and then you can start chucking Pokeballs at them.
Oh,
there's a new guy.
You didn't find this guy.
Yeah.
It's like M. Bison.
Ranger Silas.
This is where he got to start before he went into the street fighting tournament.
Of course, yes. Common, that's his well-known origin story. So that's my legendary. Yveltal? 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 Yveltal.
Sounds like a drug.
I think it's Yveltal. Do the Oblivion Wing.
Yep, that'll do it. Jeez. Murderer.
Well, he shouldn't have scared me jumping out of that pile of leaves. I mean, that was his own fault, really.
Nice.
I mean, you guys all saw what happened.
So is there any kind of post-game content?
There actually, it's funny because I just saw, because I beat the Elite Four, or there's a fifth one, and then I walked out of my house, which is where you go when you beat the game, and
Naturally.
Yeah, yes, of course.
Get some sleep.
And the one of my friends gave me one of the starters that I didn't pick, which was cool. And then the professor said he wanted to meet with me for a battle. And then outside of that, I think it's just running around and trying to find the Pokemon that you weren't able to catch beforehand.
How close did you come to getting all of them?
I don't think I came very close. I have about 200 in my Pokédex, and then I think I have about 120 or so in my inventory.
On, just adding more and more, kind of like Skylanders or whatever. Just
no,
the original ones work. Or?
They cut quite a few, between games. So there's a lot of the originals in this game from like the very first Red and Blue Pokemon, which is cool because then you finally get to see them in this nice 3D. But then there's also new Pokemon, and then there's a lot that were cut from Black and White and Black and White 2, and et cetera, et cetera. So
what else can you show us?
Let's see. We can look at some of the
tricks in the woods. Let's go do something cool.
We can do this, where you can feed your Pokemon chocolate.
What? Nino Kuni.
If it'll load.
Yeah, he's just dancing.
He rolls around in the Pokeball, depending on where you're going.
That's what's going on inside?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
It's a rough life.
Let him out.
It kind of makes sense why in the cartoon show, Pikachu wanted to get out of there so badly.
Yeah, if you really think about the concept of this, it's just terrible.
He looks like he's having a good time, right? Maybe?
No, it looks like he's going to die.
I'm going to pull out my bicycle here.
There we go. So when do we give him chocolate?
I don't know. It's not loading.
Maybe you got to be in a city.
Maybe. That might be what it is. I didn't give them a lot of chocolate because, thankfully, it's not something you have to do. It just kind of helps your Pokemon get along with you. But I never really had that problem, so I didn't have to give them a lot of chocolate, which was nice. Because it's kind of just this, silly kind of, Nintendogs type minigame where you're kind of just petting your Pokemon. And, I mean, it's cute, but it just wasn't that interesting. And I didn't mind that it was a totally optional thing. I'm glad it wasn't a required part of the game.
So you can use the stylus or your finger and just, rub their face?
Yep, pretty much. They really enjoy it.
It doesn't give them health, or
it just makes them like you more, so they'll be more willing to listen to you when you give them commands on the battlefield.
They won't sometimes?
If you don't have enough badges and they're too high level or they just don't get along with you, they just won't listen to you.
Maybe you just ride around with them and just have them bounce around for a while, and then they'll respect you after a while. Oh, I hate these guys.
Yeah, these guys are rough because they'll explode or they'll do electric, which is like always paralyzing.
Fits the eyebrows.
Isn't it nice to see that guy in 3D after all these years?
Yeah, it's cool. I really like the animations. Still a little slow.
Yeah,
I'll say that about combat, but what is this, 20 years of Pokemon now?
Yeah, you can actually turn out like this big animation of him like flying into the air and shooting his laser beam vision or whatever. You can actually turn that stuff off.
So you can speed it up a little.
Yeah, you can speed it up. I had it off for a while, but it made the combat feel really like nothing was happening.
Yeah, I know when we did multiplayer, it gave us a time limit of an hour.
Yeah, an hour for us to fight
battle.
our 6 Pokemon, so
we were really feeling the time crunch there.
So let's go. You want to check out another town, maybe?
Yeah, let's just go take a quick look at a town. Just give off some of the sights. We've seen plenty of battle, which is great. Anything else new to report?
There's also like similar to the mini game where you can feed your Pokemon chocolate and pet them. You can also train them, which is kind of another similar mini game situation where you're kind of like throwing soccer balls at enemies using the touchscreen. Again, it's just kind of this. It helps your Pokemon increase their stats. Like you can like raise their HP or their speed or anything like that. But again, it's not something you have to do, which is nice because it's just kind of this like not that super interesting of a mini game. So this is kind of interesting. You can take pictures.
Oh, you know what you should show off is that stupid sizzle reel thing that you had me watch.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that. I'm trying to get a picture of that. There we go.
Nice selfie.
An out of focus selfie. You can change the focus, which is
just like Grand Theft Autos.
And then you can tip this guy.
And you can wear different outfits.
Oh yeah, let's go look at
You got to show off your stupid selfie video thing.
Yeah, I gotta see if I don't know if I can access that actually from.
Maybe it's just for multi.
No, you can. Like I have to go to the city, I think, to watch my video, which we can do.
Yeah, go to the city.
Let's see.
You're just hanging out in the snow now.
It's very serene here. It's like Minnesota.
You have to travel this way. You can't auto warp there.
No, I'm gonna auto warp there. I just really enjoy riding my bike in the snow. Yeah. Yeah, the only problem here.
Down. How many hours do you think you put into this?
I have put about 50 hours into this game. Yeah, it does keep a running tally at the start menu, which is nice. I always appreciate when games do that. I want to know.
Say this is a good jumping on point for new people.
Yeah, I do.
Why is that exactly?
One of the reasons, other than it kind of like keeping up with modern visual standards, which is more welcoming to people who are more familiar with like modern gaming, it also the world is I think some people might dislike it, but the world is a little bit more restrictive. Like it's harder to get lost, so it's a little bit more straightforward, which I really appreciated. Like I felt like I always knew exactly where I was going and what I was supposed to do. Whereas sometimes in like Black and White 2, I would get off the trail and I would kind of get lost, and I would end up fighting like these really strong Pokemon that I really wasn't supposed to be fighting at that point. And I never really felt like I got into that situation with X and Y.
What was that?
That was that's like the transportation system if I want to get a bus somewhere or something like that. I'm trying to see if maybe I can find the place where we can watch my stupid video.
That's a coffee shop.
Yes, this is not a studio. So this is Lumio City. This is actually the only one that is like fully 3D like this, where the camera follows you from behind.
It's really cool.
Yeah. Can I ride my bike in here? Oh, yeah, look at this.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh. So
What's that?
Let's go inside. Oh,
The
this
barber
is a barber shop. This is where you can. I don't have a frou-frou or a foo-frou.
Foo-foo?
I apologize if I don't know some of the absurd names of these Pokemon, but you can give them like different haircut styles and stuff like that. That's a taxi cab.
No, duh. No, the building that had the opening over there, right there.
Let's see.
You just went past it.
Oh, I went to the other part of the city.
There's no map to tell you.
No, not like a close-up map. You have your I have this map, which will kind of give me like an overview of where I can warp to all the blue areas, I believe, and these are the red ones are the kind of the trails between areas where there are gyms and Pokemon centers, and it gives you a list of things. So PR Video Studio, I'm in the right area, but I'm just not exactly sure where it is.
Well, we won't show it off. We'll cut it off here, but just take my word for it. Kyle recorded this really dumb, like American Gladiator type of sizzle reel of his character, like with all these camera views, looking like badass.
It's pretty great.
It was pretty awful, and he played that before we battled, and then he whooped my ass, and then I had to watch it again.
So the last thing I want to show off is my favorite new Pokemon.
Oh, there he is,
which
Klefki.
We have discussed a lot in the office. This is Klefki, who is a ring of keys.
You know what he's like? He's like those bugs in the forest that look like sticks. But it's like the evolution of that, like in cities. So he's blending with his surroundings. So he just latched onto like a key. That was the evolutionary path it took.
Well, in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy novels, they did figure out a way to grow things like screwdrivers and wrenches. So this is like pretty much what's happening here, I think.
I'm sure they latched onto Douglas Adams's fiction.
Oh, sure. That sense of humor really comes through in Pokemon.
All right. Thanks, Kyle. That's a pretty good look at this. It's out now. And it's probably going to be a mega hit. Everybody's going to be talking about it over the next couple weeks. So,
yeah, it's great. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it outside of you beating my ass. So thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.